uh-oh, what do you do if you're in the middle of a speech, middle of a presentation, and you simply forgot what you're going to say next? Now this happens to everyone, not just seniors, not just older people, and not just really nervous newbie speakers. Anyone can lose their train of thought. Anyone can be talking and simply forget where they're going next. That's not a problem. The problem is how you react to it. With beginner speakers, or even people with a lot of experience who aren't great speakers, they'll do something like, what was I going to say? Oh, sorry, I forgot. They'll apologize. The look on their face shows shock, horror, embarrassment. Now, folks, I'm not saying you can't ever show emotion. The problem is if the most emotional moment of your entire presentation is your embarrassment over forgetting what to say next, unfortunately, that's likely to be the most memorable moment of your presentation. You don't want your own personal embarrassment to be the most memorable thing. You want the ideas you have that are going to be the most useful to your audience. So here's what I would suggest you do. Not suddenly become perfect. That's not particularly useful advice, nor can it be done. I'm not perfect. So that's not the advice. The advice is not to spend an extra 30 hours a week rehearsing and memorizing your speech. That's not viable. The solution is you simply have to practice when you do forget what you're going to say of looking calm, relaxed, comfortable. Pause, perhaps glance down for a second. Maybe even look at someone in the audience. Look at that person like, you just said something so profound, they need a moment to reflect upon it. Inside, you could be thinking, oh no, what am I going to say next? But outside, you're projecting calm, dignity, purpose, and like everything is going according to plan. Great speakers realize, uh-oh, I may have forgotten what to say next, but this audience doesn't know what I was planning on saying, so they're not going to know if I go to someplace else. So give yourself some credit and leeway. If you forget the very next point, just say something else that's relevant, that's interesting, that's useful to your audience, and then you'll come back to the next point. This is also why, as I've stressed in previous episodes, it's extraordinarily helpful to have notes, a clear-cut outline for you so that you have something to follow, something that fits on one page, something that gives you the structure of your presentation. So if you ever forget what's next, you don't have to remember. You glance down in a way that isn't sneaky or jerky or too quick. You simply glance down at your notes and you see what's next. But even within a point, if you forget where you're going next, just remember the rule of thumb. It's okay to mess up. Just don't tell anyone. Just act like everything is going according to plan, and your audience will never know.